just try to understand. Cause see, when I'm around you, I feel like a boy. But when I'm around your mama, I feel like a grown man.
It's definitely disheartening to hear that happen to any child, because at a certain age,
Absolutely.
you don't know wrong from right. You're still trying to figure things out. By Jay Lewis, aka Lil JJ, he posted on Facebook, "Just Jordan got canceled. I ain't giving up no LOL."
I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology.
Let's talk about the massages.
Okay.
Watching the content yesterday, it was disturbing.
It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position.
Something very disturbing made Lil JJ walk away from Hollywood, and it wasn't just burnout. The former Nickelodeon star who danced beside Chris Brown in Yo, Excuse Me Miss had the kind of career kids dreamed about. TV shows, music videos, comedy specials, he was next up. But behind all that fame, there were some dark things happening off camera that he never talked about until now. After the Quiet on Set documentary exposed Nickelodeon's dark secret, Lil JJ revealed that he was pressured into something disturbing, but he refused to play along. And now Chris Brown, who also entered the industry at a young age, is speaking out on protecting children and exposing what really happens to young actors when the cameras turn off.
My 16th birthday, I believe, was one of the best Sweet 16s that I've ever had.
Jay Lewis, better known as Lil JJ, wasn't just another Nickelodeon face. He was marketed as the next Nick Cannon, the next big crossover star who could act, rap, dance, and make kids laugh. He started out on All That, showed up on the Steve Harvey Show, and eventually landed his own sitcom, Just Jordan.
And if looking good wasn't important, Halle Berry would be at a drive-thru saying, "Regular or extra crispy?"
Just Jordan was meant to make Lil JJ a household name. Nickelodeon was prepping him to be their next main character, funny, safe, and marketable. But Lil JJ wasn't just a TV kid. Around that same time, he caught the attention of Chris Brown, who cast him in the Yo, Excuse Me Miss video. It was clear the industry was preparing him for a major breakout, but almost overnight it all stopped. No new shows, no record deal, no major roles. It's like someone pulled the plug on Lil JJ's career. And that's when the question started, why would a young actor with that much talent, that many connections, and that much momentum just walk away? Well, if you look closely at what was happening at Nickelodeon during that time, you'll get your answers. It took years until Quiet on Set finally exposed the dark side of being a young actor on the Nickelodeon set.
How safe can any kids be in that environment? There would be even bigger problems down the line with actual files on set. These are 3 predators who worked at Nickelodeon, all in a short amount of time.
Hey guys, we're ready for you.
It was a toxic environment. It made me trust people less.
We were there for so many hours. You get comfortable with people until you're not. I had no idea what I was saving my son from.
And once that documentary blew up, Lil JJ finally broke his silence on why Just Jordan got canceled. He wrote this short message on his Facebook page. Just Jordan got canceled. I ain't giving up no A. Now Lil JJ got a lot of backlash for this post, with people accusing him of making light of those disturbing crimes and blaming the victims. However, his Just Jordan co-star Bobby J. Thompson defended him and said this was simply the reality of what was going on at Nickelodeon.
He posted on Facebook, "Just Jordan got canceled. I ain't giving up no LOL." So I guess he was pretty much responding to Quiet on Set by saying like, yo, that I wasn't playing the game like that.
That ship sailed. Yeah. That's my brother, Lil JJ. That's my brother. We share a lot of the same views. We came up in this together. Like me and Lil JJ we was living in the same apartment complex at the time, and we both he was on Comic View at the time, and I was just starting to do Tracy Morgan shows. So we was both kind of making our name in the industry around the same time, living in the same complex, like seeing a lot of each other. So that's always been like one of my closest friends as far as the industry goes, because he understands, he knows, he's been a part of it as long as I have been.
And when asked if he believes Lil JJ and other young actors were really pressured to do something inappropriate with executives, Bobby said Lil JJ wasn't speaking in code. He meant exactly what he wrote in that post.
Now with JJ, how true do you feel what he was saying in that post he made? I mean, do you think that was him really kind of being real? Like, hey, these things are happening. How did you read that post?
I read it how it was meant to be read. My shit got canceled because I wasn't with the. And I never be, and I'm cool with that. So don't ask me. That's what you're saying. Don't ask me. My show got canceled because I wasn't with the funny business. So keep your questions over there. Don't come to me about no Nickelodeon, nothing. I don't know. I did 1 season and I was canceled.
Now here's where things start to connect. When Chris Brown brought Lil JJ into his video back in 2005, they were both teenagers trying to navigate the industry and surrounded by adults who didn't always have their best interests in mind. Chris was discovered at just 13, signed by major labels, and thrown straight into the machine. And by the time he was 16, he was touring the world, surrounded by executives, managers, stylists, all these people making decisions about a kid's life and treating him like a grown man.
Do you like older girls?
I mean, it depends. I mean, I like girls my age and older girls. It depends on the maturity level they have.
What's the oldest girl you've ever dated?
Oldest girl I ever talked to, dated would be around my age. Talked to would be like 26.
Now, over the years, Chris hinted at seeing some dark stuff behind the scenes, and once he became a feather himself, he started speaking out more about protecting kids. Just recently, Chris went viral for posting about missing children in his home state, Virginia, and he begged people to keep an eye on their kids. Now, back to Lil JJ. While Chris stayed in the industry and fought through it, JJ saw what was coming and walked away just in time to save his soul. After Just Jordan ended, JJ quietly backed out of the game. He didn't quit acting entirely, but he stopped showing up at Hollywood events and hanging out with celebs at industry parties. And if you dig deeper, you realize Lil JJ didn't disappear, he redirected. He went back to school and enrolled at Arkansas Baptist College. He later became part of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, living like a normal college student for the first time in his life. After he graduated in 2013, he started doing stand-up again on his own terms, performing in small clubs and community events instead of chasing mainstream fame. And you can tell from the way he carries himself now that he's at peace. He doesn't talk about Hollywood much, and when he does, it's like someone who made it out of a bad situation intact.
So a lot of my experiences growing up was stuff that all I had to do is just pull from my past and really bring those emotions and feelings out as far as just having fun, like really, like, you know, not really, everything ain't always funny, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know when there's a time to play and there's a time to be serious, and I feel like this was a mixture for me.
So when you look at everything that's happening in Hollywood, it's really rare to see a child star who didn't get into any heavy substances, alcohol, or crime. And it's extremely refreshing to see Lil JJ went to get a degree and came back strong. Because sadly, a lot of former child stars didn't get that chance. Corey Haim, Orlando Brown, Amanda Bynes, Drake Bell, and many others, they were swallowed up by the same darkness that Lil JJ escaped. Luckily, Lil JJ saw the warning signs early and walked away before it could consume him. And that's the real dark reason behind his disappearance. Not something that happened to him, but something he avoided. Hollywood doesn't like it when its child stars grow up and think for themselves. And the second you stop playing along, you're no longer profitable. And once you stop being profitable, they erase you. But Lil JJ didn't let them erase him. He wrote his own ending and walked away on his own terms.